fully live, I think. Give it a second. I'll pop out the chats. I am late today, but not that late. What? 12 minutes? Who cares? It's still gonna be like a 3-hour stream, so shouldn't be a problem. Um, Here, I'm gonna turn off my lights just to set the mood again. That should make it so that. Oh, you have a profile picture this time. You always sign back. Well, you tested that one, so I'll go ahead and test the Twitch one just to see it. Oh, I hate mosquitoes so much. I hate the mosquitoes. I did not get it. They are too fast. It's fine. I'll figure it out whenever it comes back to land. I'll try to get it again. I hate them so much. Okay. Everything should be the same as normal. Let me go ahead and switch us to the screen. He dancing. They dancing. So it is part 2 of the stream. Let me make sure I have the things actually on the screen. Hello. I have not seen you before at the engineer. Why is monument mythos not? Oh, there we go. That's why. Dancing like he never danced before. Sure. Oh, well, good. Okay. That's nice. We are existing. We exist. Yes. We full screen everything to get ready. That is the wrong full screen. I want to full screen the entire thing. Hey, Jerk Noob! I'll read everything in a second. I know you seem to have a set plan. Do you take video requests? I do. I have a Discord. Give me a second. There's the QR code for the Discord. I could also switch to this screen, and you. Whoop, that's Luffy. Don't look at him. You can see the link at the bottom there. You can pause it if you need or figure it out. But the thing is, yeah, I take requests for analog horrors. I put it on a randomized wheel and do it unless it's made by the person. Which I do have one coming up this Saturday that is actually made by one of the people that has visited this channel. Don't know if they'll watch the channel much, but they visited it. We are continuing this one from Saturday, so give me 1 second. Ooh. So yes, we could put that on the backlog. We would be backlogged for 2 weeks, but that's fine. You were streaming and immediately joined. Thank you, Ashley. Also, I can't rewind Twitch streams. I can sit on this screen while I figure it out. There's a QR code. Hopefully that works. Give me a second while I just let people know that don't have the whatchamacallit. I forget what you call it. I really don't. The notifications turned on. There we go. Whatever. I don't know why I couldn't remember the word notifications, but that's fine. Yay!
The
Thank
underscore engineer just hit the gritty. What a cool person.
You are. Don't forget. Hopefully that works. Hey, salad dealer. Okay. We'll move to this screen again. Hopefully you got it. I do have the YouTube, so if you want to go to the YouTube, there's literally like all of the videos have it. So if you were able to get it, okay, cool. So when we left off, just to recap, let me pull up Paint. I know this is gonna look really weird. Don't worry. I'll make sure I have. That's a notepad. I don't want that. Can we not have that, please? Let's go. Nope, that's my stream words. That's YouTube chat. How about we just go? That's also YouTube chat. Why? Why won't it? Why doesn't it show up? It's on the. Whatever. We're just gonna cancel that. Give me a second. Ignore all of that. None of that. All of that's old too. The only thing I use from that is the thing. Yeah, that's Twitch chat. We got Twitch chat. All of that is just weirdness. What the? It's here. It's literally on my screen right now, and it's like, why aren't you showing up? Oh, now you. I don't know. I don't know. I don't know. I could never figure out how to do. Death rattle. Now, yeah, I don't get it. I don't get it. Sure. There we go. Okay, well, sure, we've got it. Whatever, I don't care. It's on. It's on the screen now. Okay, so we've got. Come on. We've got a CF. Post on self promo because it's appropriate. Got it. Corner folk. Okay, I'm trying to remember. I don't get notifications anymore. That's weird. You should get those. No clue why you wouldn't get those. But yeah. What is it? CF. Yeah, corner folk. We don't know much about them. Don't worry about it. We don't see them often, so I'll remember when we get there. Liberty Lurker. That's the one. That's the. There's something in the Statue of Liberty. Mount Rushmore, something was on top of Mount Rushmore that caused it to do some weird spiky thing. We have a dotted line. We'll explain later. Alcatraz. We don't really have much more on Alcatraz. It's just that it has multiplied and taken over Texas. Air Force One Angel. That is a Angel that was flying on Air Force One apparently, and it dropped things off at the Liberty Lurker, the Mount Rushmore, and then one other one that I don't remember. Lincoln Lurker, sorry, not Lurker, is another thing. Apparently, they put people in the Lincoln statue, and it does something to them, I think. Then you have the Washington Monument, which is the Washington wormhole. That showed us that you can switch between two dimensions. Roosevelt tragedy tree thing is the same thing. Roosevelt? It's not Roosevelt. It's like Rockefeller. Yeah, Rockefeller. Tree tragedy, it's the same thing. Basically, he had one of those trees that allows you to move to a different dimension. Not dimension, universe. George Washington's alive. Oh, the Canyon Crown. The Canyon Crown. Just a reminder, Canyon Crown is the big head thing that if you put vinegar on top of it, it shrinks down. It's connected to the Horned Serpent mainly because there is a character referenced in Canyon Crown that is talked about in the Horned Serpent video. F. What was F? Freedom. Freedom. It's a statue that's alive. The Suez Canal crab, big crab, after a nuclear explosion, big crab walks on land, crashes, a bunch of Americans pile on and die. The ADA is connected to the wormhole because it kind of throws it, the Dean democracy thing where Dean was throwing them into the wormhole. There is a Nixon universe and a Dean and J.D. Rockefeller. We know that because in the Rockefeller tree one, they talked about how in the JD, in the Deanverse is what they normally call it. JD Rockefeller was also president, which is not a thing that he is normally. Other than that, we are here. It's weird. Why does it show up differently now? It's really weird. I mean, I like it, but I hate it at the same time because I don't want to pull up something else like, I don't know, the chat and then have the chat like pop up on the screen. Oh, I hate that. Whatever. It's not like I have anything incriminating. It's just annoying because it's like, oh, look at this random stuff that is here. Oh, look at this random stuff that's here that has nothing to do with this. But without further ado, let's just read this statement from Maze and then go. There are no extraterrestrials. Visit our Twitter account for more fun facts. Yeah, Maze took over this season. Let's hope the sound is working. Please let me know if sound is working when you have it. Also, let me make sure to read chat that I might have missed. Can you hear sound? Is sound hearable? Yeah, sound is hearable. You should be able to hear sound. No clue what's going on. Nah, you got sound. No, I see it. You got sound. Maybe turn it up or something? Unless more than just you don't have sound. It is not muted, though. What? I'm confused. It's not muted. Never mind, got it. Yeah, I was gonna say. You probably have it muted. Not on my end.
We have every right to be upset when we went ahead with the railway. This is a their system worked for thousands of years and continue to protect the country. It's right.
I can hear all of this perfectly. Good
Good
thing there are subtitles.
American solution, which in this case was excavation.
Yep. No. Oh yeah, I forgot about that. That's the Sphinx. Here, let's make sure.
Once the pyramids were classified as CFMDs by the U.S., the excavation was inevitable. CFMDs have been acknowledged by the UN Security Council as the single most dangerous threat to humanity. Of course, this was before climate change and mankind was classified as CFMDs under the new administration. At the time, it meant that the pyramids required immediate action.
Yeah, if you didn't see it, there was a Sphinx flying out from Mars. See? That's a Sphinx. There it is, again. It's the Sphinx. You don't know this is how the Sphinx got here? Kinda just drifted from Mars?
The ancient pharaohs personally appointed workers toward guarding it, with some years of their lives striking the trees. They were equipped with the finest Giza glass blades,
Giza glass blades.
inherent muscle fatigue and insomnia, so they would be able to hit the trees for several nights in a row. The goal was not to cut down any of the trees, of course. That wouldn't be possible until 1945. Rather, the intention was to shift the tree's focus from upward growth to internal repairs. The ancient Egyptians knew that they could not permanently halt the tree's germination, but by prolonging their growth, the Egyptians bought themselves time to build enormous towers that would better contain the trees.
Yeah. Yeah, prolong their growth. Oh wow, I caught the mosquito. What luck. It's dead now. Whoa.
Within the first week of excavation, we had found the pyramids extending much deeper into the sand than we had previously thought. The more we dug, the more bricks we had found had already been laid. At the time, we had convinced ourselves that the pyramids had to be within a structure. It would only be a matter of time before we would reach the bottom. By the third week, we realized that we had been wrong the whole time. The pyramids extend on externally. You can imagine our reluctance to tell the public that the pyramids were not pyramids at all. They were towers. Infinite towers. All three of them.
Infinite towers.
Enormous species of metaphysical flora. Who knew that the pyramids were merely the tips of buildings?
The tips of buildings, jeez. Is the whole moon? Is that a coincidence? Yeah, that's a coincidence. That is one coincidence. Sorry, can we go back? What the hell just happened there? It like vaporized. False children organize into the Star Sphinx. Yeah, you got splash banged by a statue. Whoa. The Star Sphinx distracts observers as the mothership flees. Yeah, definitely aliens. The Great Pyramids rise. The other pyramids awaken. Video affected by radiation. Now, if I'm not crazy, those kind of do look like the Washington Monument, but I don't know if it's related. Whoa. That's a lot of pyramids. That's a lot of pyramids. Holy cow, that's a lot of pyramids. That messed with my vision. Produced by the Anti-Device Association. Okay, we're gonna pause there real quick. We already know that's gonna be the end of that one. We're gonna come over here. Do not forget, I don't remember if the Star Sphinx comes back. They might. Did you also hear that? I don't know what you heard. I don't know. But we'll come. Whoops. We'll come back and name it what it's supposed to be later. Oh, what's going on here? Oh, this is my mistake. Okay. But what I'm going to name it now will make more sense later. And that's Giza Glass. So I'm gonna put GG here. I heard someone no get me out. What? Where? Like. No, I didn't hear it. I did not hear it. Okay, this is why I called it Giza Glass. When you look up at the pyramids, I heard a faint voice yell something that sounded like that. Huh, weird. Happy Independence Day. Weather permitting, we will carry a feed of the Starry Sphinx in Giza on July 4th. Oh, you can't see anything though, because I still have this open. Now you can see. Maze News Network. Oh wow, look at that! Oh, that's so cool! Wow! Wow! So cool! Whoa! 2 spinning Allen wrenches! Wow, a blank screen! Oh my god! Back up. What was that? Oh, did not mean to back out of it. Give me a second. Back up though. Are you gonna let me? Are you not? Okay, there it is. They're bent over. Well, there is a question of do they have the power to switch dimensions? So is this bent over thing gonna be like the whole like electricity thing? Because it did look like electricity first. Yeah, look at that. It's an electricity thing. Yeah, they're like switching realities. They literally like switched realities or whatever. Oh, hey, it's another Dr. Disturbing. Project Giza Guardian.
Throughout the 19th century, English archaeologists in Egypt encountered stories, time and again, of mysterious lightning strikes near the Great Pyramids of Giza. It was reported that the lightning would strike only in the presence of certain rare constellations. However, no one outside of the Bedouin tribes knew of which constellations.
No one out.
The secrecy protected the
I don't know
value
why that
of
came to
Giza
mind.
glass, a mineral created by the strange
Oh,
lightning
here it is,
striking
Giza glass.
desert sand. The glass also served as a form of black market currency for several tribes. For decades, the Bedouins' knowledge eluded British archaeologists. For as long as the constellations remained unknown, the Giza glass that formed was retrieved by the Bedouins long before anyone else arrived. However, in the late 1870s, British Egyptologist Flinders Petrie discovered the constellation which preceded the electrical phenomenon. In 1880, he arranged an expedition to collect samples of Giza glass for the British Museum. Petrie accurately predicted the appearance of Giza glass, and with the help of British troops, secured the location of the glass for themselves.
Yeah, they got the
glass, which formed in long, multi-layered sheets, was fractured in order to be more easily transported. While collecting fragments, Petrie slipped and landed on an upright plane of Giza glass. The force of the fall, combined with the sharpness of the material, decapitated Petrie immediately. While British troops at the scene quickly assumed Petrie had been killed, a closer inspection revealed that he was still alive. Although his head was separated from his body, Petrie remained conscious and could even mouth rudimentary words. Medical personnel were initially relieved Petrie had somehow survived, but they became concerned when his head began to discolor and swell significantly. But the fate of Flinders Petrie is a tale for another day. Petrie's lot, as his collection of Giza glass came to be known, arrived in England in 1891. Unfortunately, due to the poor handling of its containers during transit, the glass arrived broken into thin shards and was deemed worthless by museum curators. Yet, as a token of international diplomacy, the British Museum divided Petrie's lot among visiting American ambassadors. Vaguely aware of Giza glass's odd properties, President John D. Rockefeller ordered the immediate confiscation of the material from the American ambassadors. Although many in his administration were eager to see the glass be used in warfare, President Rockefeller refused to authorize military use and instead discussed other possible applications with the head of the Department of the Interior. After numerous conferences, it was settled that segments of Giza glass would be polished into fine blades and given to a select group of Greco-Egyptian swordsmen. These unusually tall swordsmen were assigned to the Grand Canyon and guarded restricted areas from trespassers. Protected under federal law, the Grand Canyon Guardians continued to serve for decades until the last member was discontinued. All trespassers who were maimed by the Guardians were promised a lifetime's worth of a special concoction which controlled unwanted side effects. However, since the medication's efficacy decreased over time, older victims were promised housing within the Grand Canyon to guarantee their safety and privacy from the outside world, but only under the condition that they would lure known dangerous persons wanted by the federal government to the forbidden zones of the national park.
Yep. The U.S. government claims that Project Giza was shut down in 1969. However, sightings of swordsmen in the Grand Canyon continue to this day. Yeah, he's still here. He's up there. Following audio is an excerpt from the interview of Louisa Crawford, wife of esteemed American sculptor Thomas Crawford. Don't forget who Thomas Crawford is. He's the man who made the Freedom statue. Thomas Crawford is best known for designing the Statue of Freedom atop the U.S. Capitol. Thomas hated America. He went to Rome. No, his wife's still alive. He's not alive. His wife's still alive. I don't want that. He went to Rome when he was 21 and stayed there for the rest of his life. He was amused that the slaveholder Americans wanted him to make a statue named Freedom. At first, Thomas didn't want to help them, but then he realized that the statue could be a symbol for others. He gave the statue a liberty cap, something that freed Roman slaves wore. Yeah, 1969. I get it. He thought that if a 20-foot statue of a liberated woman stood atop the Capitol dome, perhaps some men would be less ignorant. You can imagine how disappointed he was when Mr. Davis in the Washington told him to take off, told him to take the cap off of freedom. But Thomas saw his project through to the end. Even went to Egypt to find material for her sword. It's a very special type of glass. Giza glass. One time he was sharpening the glass at his workshop. He accidentally cut off the tip of his finger. Although it was worried, he told me he couldn't stop laughing. He told me the glass was so sharp that the tip of his finger slipped off without pain or blood. The material made thing alive. Egypt. Wait, things are lining up. Yeah, I told you there was something about it, that she wasn't alive because of. Whoa, what the heck was that? Weird. She wasn't alive because of something special other than the fact that the Giza glass is part of it. I think what's going on is he cut himself and put himself into the statue via the Giza glass so he can see and feel everything she does. The man behind the... Yeah, no. Yet he could still feel it. When Thomas concentrated, he could even make his fingertip twitch on the table. He found it funny. I didn't. I remember he came home one night without a hand. He said he could still move it at the workshop. He was so young when he left. Only 43 years old. I wish we spent more time together. We loved each other very much. Can you imagine my surprise when I took a look into the plaster mold's mouth? Thank goodness Inspector Zaffoni was wrong. He made me think there was a serial killer in town. Nobody murdered him. Thomas cut off his own body and put himself inside of freedom. I saw him inside. All of him. I knew that is what must have happened, but seeing his eyes in her face was too much for me. She looked so awake. Zaffoni told the Americans that Thomas passed away. I think he found out the truth since then. The Gibraltar police thought it would be devastated to hear that they found Nina's skin in the cave. I would be, sorry. But I was so relieved. I know she's still alive. Thomas must pulled her into the statue with him. Inside freedom. Thomas and Nina protecting America. Together. Yep. So neither of them died. They're just both together in the statue. The following broadcast of the controversial Delaware Double Report, the Delaware River Journal, was shut down by federal authorities. However, a secondary organization, the New Delaware Journal, continues operation. New Delaware Journal, Washington, D.C.
Freedom has a new home. Following the ADA storming of the Capitol on January 6th, numerous organizations expressed interest in purchasing the Statue of Freedom. The statue, which fell during the riot,
That's horror for you.
Casualties, was seen by reactionary politicians as a result of poor craftsmanship, and blamed her original installer, Philip Reed, for her collapse. Reed, an experienced architect and enslaved man at the time of Freedom's assembly, this has become the latest in a series of historical figures demonized by the ADA. Due to growing reluctance to reinstall the Statue of Freedom, the Department of the Interior has instead transferred Freedom to an undisclosed location
In the Grand Canyon!
All other offers to purchase her. When asked why
She's
the
in the
statue
Grand
has been sent to the Grand
Canyon.
Canyon, President Dean replied, "The rocks won't shoot her down."
The rocks won't shoot her down. Shortly after the broadcast, Freedom's new home, New Delaware journalist Howard Melrose, if you don't remember him, he was the person who did the news stuff for other things, leaked classified file TSFR 4.3099 to the public. We've seen Howard Melrose before. Melrose now lives in exile in Egypt. Well. Attract and extinguish ADA members and other curious persons. Protect May's assets. I believe he's the same person that did the Liberty Lurker, the inside of the one statue, the Washington Monument statue, or building, whatever you want to call it. And then the crab, was it going for those crystals? Very questionable. They're not crystals, they're glass, but whatever. Oh yeah, look, Freedom's in the Grand Canyon. But oh wait, back up. We got names. Pay attention to the names. Taylor P. Manning, Franklin B. Carr, Bonnie Newman, P.F. Caldwell, Jamie and Donna Gardner, Roy I. Nunez, what is that? Joffrey M. Foster, Sue McGee, Bridget K. Jennings. No! Remember, none of the ADA members have quote-unquote died yet. Remember, decapitation doesn't kill people. It instead does that whole head growth thing. Oh, hey, TL. Diana L. Massey, Randall Jefferson, and the one we really care about, probably, Maya Arnoldson. Yeah, you remember Maya, right, Gio? From the Canyon Crown episode? Maya, the one that the guy was trying to find his sister? Yeah. Don't forget, Dr. Disturbed is the brother of Maya Arnoldson. The following audio clip, known as the last words of Maya Arnoldson, was recovered by park rangers in the Grand Canyon. Viewer discretion is advised. The disappeared one. The one that was credited on the giant worms. Yes, credited on the giant worms. No, giant worm. Horned serpent. Only one. There's only one. Horned serpent. But they are the one that was talked about in being the giant head that was floating around the Grand Canyon. Unmarked trail. Why was she recording? Probably because she's the one who records things.
No, not now. I'm leaving now. I won't bother you.
Yep. In 2004, park rangers discovered Maya Arnoldson's headless body. As of 2021, her head remains missing. Nope, she's not dead. She is still alive. Ah, there we go. That's the end of that one. But her head is alive. Well, her body is alive too, but I'm pretty sure the head is the thing that controls things. So, yeah. So, okay. So we got a couple new things here. We've got Giza Glass connects to Freedom. We got Giza Glass connects to Canyon Crown, and so does Freedom. What else do we got? Do we got anything else over here? I don't think so. I think that was it. I think we just got connections. I think that's all we got there. Maya connected to things and stuff. So that's it. Cool. Moving on to the next episode. Oh yeah. Let me pause this. Click off of it and press the button.
Dog. The dog with the butter. Butter dog. I got the butter on him. The dog with the butter. Dog.
Yeah, butter dog. Okay. Oh, I hit the wrong button. We're over here. Oh, yeah. Maya Arnoldson. Yeah, a bunch of that. Okay, that's just who people were. The shocking surprise visit. Okay, Fallen Father, which is statement from Maze. We hope you're happy wherever you are. Thank you, Maze. The shocking visit. Are you ready? They followed me all the way home. Mr. Squirrel! He's back! He is beautiful! He just gave you the stink eye! What? What? Forget about that. Yeah, I am gonna forget about that. Since you're gone, you'll never see this video, but I had a dream that you were still here and you were about to leave the house. And right before you left, he said, I'm going home now. I know your health problems made your body a prison, but we miss you so much. I wish I hugged you more often. I love you, Dad. I hope you're happy wherever you are. Can't stop thinking about the day you left. It hurts so much to remember. The worst memories live at home with us. Mr. Squirrel is what you missed. I can't believe it's already been 3 days. Nathan Arnoldson. July 19th, July 1961, May 2021. I'm gonna let that sink in. I'm gonna let that sink in. I knew about this. I'm gonna let that sink in. We'll learn about it more later, but no, 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 no. Remember, Maya and Nathan are brothers, brother and sister. I think they're brother and sister, but they're still children. Remember, Nathan probably had children. This is not. This is Nathan's child. Oh, there's another one. Eric Costanza. The same time. Fallen Father. Film. Oh! 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 I wasn't expecting to feel bad. Oh. Gio, oh. No, backing up a small bit. Condole, I guess, rest in peace to the person's father. But that was, ooh. Oh, that hurts. Oh, that hurts. I mean, I can't even explain how much it hurts. What they just basically told us was that the creator of Monument Mythos, that their father had passed away. They put it into the story because that's Nathan Arnoldson, which is the member of the story, but this one's the actual creator's father, which that's wow. I mean, it's a tribute to his father in the thing itself, but wow, that oof. I mean, yeah, okay, I get it. It's 80 years. 80 years is a good long life for someone to live. But it still hurts. The fact that he was in the middle of creating this, giant lore piece and his father passes away, I mean, that hurts. I mean, it's now been 3 years, so I hope they're doing okay. But, yeah, that's interesting. Yeah, close to 80. Yeah, that's still too young, in my opinion. I hope he's okay. It's a nice tribute to his father. So his father's in his stories forever. Yeah, there it is. My dad unexpectedly passed away 3 months ago. I will try my best to continue his work. Oh, that's the real stuff. God, the whiplash stuff. This is actually part of the real story. Oh. Talk about whiplash. Okay, no. Let's back up here. He put his real father in the story. But now we have to realize we're back to the story. So what happens from here on is the story. So this father is his father is Nathan Arnoldson, not the creator's father. I'm talking about this character that we're reading the message of right now. Is Nathan Arnoldson's son. Back to being in Lore Town. That was that was really sad. But back to being in Lore Town. I feel like that's yeah. So this whole time, Dr. Disturbing was Nathan Arnoldson, but now it's his son. Nathaniel is his full name, but they called him Nathan.
Seeing the first German airship in its hangar.
Oh yeah, here's J.D. Rockefeller.
Immensity,
until I saw my own name printed on
JD
its
rocked
side.
that feller.
At that moment, an entirely new feeling unveiled within me. It was an emotion which frequented me in childhood, a blend of revulsion and satisfaction that had followed the execution of a cruel jest on a friend or a stranger. A pin in one's foot, a tumble down a stairwell. What would others think? I thought to myself, at the sight of a foreign airship bearing the name of the American president, dropping explosives upon cities of unarmed civilians. I wish to say that revulsion was my sole reaction to this invention, yet I cannot deny that I was proud of this magnificent vehicle. It was perhaps the greatest war machine ever developed by mankind, made possible by yours truly. By nightfall, shame outweighed pride, and I requested the immediate removal of my name from the airship and all its future successors. Although the Germans complied, they continued to refer to their airships as Rockefellers. I knew that removing my name would not obscure the facts for very long. It was inevitable that the American public would one day become aware of my secret dealings in Germany.
Yeah, you're gonna figure this out. Nose, body, tail. Elevator rudder. Surveillance car. Envelope. Gunner gondolas. Control card. Spindle. Yet what's inside? You gotta wonder what happened to all the heads.
It had always been my intention to reinvigorate the American economy. Once I had been debriefed of the situation in the Grand Canyon, the overpopulation of crowns, I realized that I was also hearing the beginnings of a solution to the impending economic collapse. That solution being slavery. I can imagine your reluctance to read on, and I entirely
I
understand.
gotta pause real quick. You didn't hear that at all, but my Steam, my Steam just popped up with a message telling me, you know, that games in someone's library was able to be played. The sound and everything is the same exact sound that happens when you get an achievement. And so, right as he said, as the solution being slavery, immediately got that notification. I was like, what? I'm not playing the game. Did I unlock an achievement? Achievement. Slavery. Not a good achievement to have. I never want that achievement. Get it away from me. But, like, why? Why did I immediately think I got an achievement? I play games too much.
I believe that all citizens should be unconditionally promised the very freedoms that our country established at its founding. Life, liberty,
got the
and
worst
pursuit
badge.
of
You got
happiness.
an achievement.
However,
Steam
crowns
convenience.
are not men or women, nor are they animals. They are merely the decayed shells of ignoble criminals. They do not qualify for the same freedoms exercised by ordinary civilians. Once they were conditioned and bound together, the crowns became the perfect workforce. They did not rebel, for they could not speak. They could not leave, for they were chained. And best of all, the crowns were incapable of forming unions.
That's terrible. This guy sucks. Anti-airship death ray? Pedestal. Starter assembly. Starting switch. Plug cable to baluster box. Lamp. Lamp holder. Front elevation. Turntable with arms. Elevation clamp. Positioning handle. Lamp adjuster assembly. What's the thing in the middle? Lens. What the heck is that?
Germany was the first nation to inquire about the crowns
The
and
crab?
their potential
Is it?
applications in warfare. I never mentioned the vast quantities of geyser glass we owned, since I knew that it could provide them with many more crowns at low cost. Instead, after signing several
Is it the
agreements,
crab? Yeah, well, it looks like a spine to me. Like a pelvis. More like it. More like a pelvis. Doesn't really look like a crab to me, but looks like a pelvis. But what he said was Giza glass, so that makes me wonder if you shine light through Giza glass, does it become a death ray? Is this like a weirdly formed piece of Giza glass? I don't know, maybe they'll explain it.
Germany was the first nation to inquire about the crowns and their potential applications in warfare. I never mentioned the vast quantities of geyser glass we owned, since I knew that it could provide them with many more crowns at low cost. Instead, after signing several agreements and receiving a tremendous German sum, I provided them with over 100 crowns, along with my best advisors and the brightest engineers. Our time with the Germans gave rise to the greatest military vehicles in history,
The
the
Rockefellers.
Rockefellers. Germany's growing demand for men
Yeah, I
and
know, his voice
crowns
sucks.
to construct more Rockefellers revitalized the American economy. Very few nations offered to hire as many of our men and women, and none would have paid as graciously as Germans did. It was, by all accounts, the greatest and most sustainable partnership of recent times. I could not have foreseen the destruction those airships would eventually inflict to the very nation that provided them. I thought that their creation would unite Germany and America. I could not have predicted that by 1918, Rockefeller bombing raids would have killed thousands of American and European soldiers. My terms were over before I could take action against the Germans. It was the administration after my own which was tasked with the seemingly impossible mission of destroying the Rockefellers while preserving the reputation of the former president. Although they knew of my dealings in Germany and had every opportunity to expose me, they chose not to.
Huh.
For in their eyes, no good could come of it. However, I knew it was only a matter of time before I would become the laughingstock of my country. As the war drew to a close, I often found myself in a daze, envisioning my assassination on the streets of New York, or, more likely, on the steps of my very own center. However, it would be years before my visions would acquire any plausibility. President Hughes did a fine job of eliminating every Rockefeller while concealing my involvement.
Operation Pyramid Plasma, not to scale. Oh! Yeah. Airship Death Ray, Men, Great Pyramid. Boosted for Rockefeller 70. What? It came from the top of the pyramid itself.
It is a miracle that only now the news of my involvement in the Great War has become widely known. Thankfully, information on the crowns has continued to stay hidden from the public spotlight. I would much rather have the public believe that Germans were the only persons inside when the airships were shot down and crashed in flames. With the tragedy at the center, and now the airship scandal, known by many as the Rockefeller Revelation,
That's what I thought.
I believe that my failures have finally caught up to me. There are men outside the center who had once been my supporters. Now, they want me executed.
Executed?
The policemen have kept the crowds at bay, though I believe that my assassination is, like the revelation, inevitable. To be elected the president of a country is the greatest honor a people can bestow. But at the moment,
Yeah.
I do wish to be the famous oil tycoon that young Virginia Arnoldson believed I was. Forgive me.
Effective operation. Stage 1/disintegration. The men divided into microscopic parts. Yes, Virginia. Virginia Mason. She's the girl that put the star on top of the Virginia Mason. Virginia Arnoldson. Sorry, Virginia Mason's a hospital or something. Virginia Arnoldson is the girl who put the star on top of the tree with her friends and fell, and all 10 of her friends got taken to this universe, the J.D. Rockefeller universe. Oh, you know what? Was her name Arnoldson? Oh my god, I didn't even make that connection. No. Virginia Arnoldson would have to be like the grandmother. She would have to be the mother of Nathan Arnoldson. Holy cow. Nathan and Maya. Holy cow. That's high up. Dang. So wait. That means... Why are Arnoldsons everywhere? I know, but would that mean that Nathan and the other one, Maya, would they not be from this universe? Or would they be half from this universe, half from another universe? How the hell does that work?
I was. Forgive me.
Yeah, the Great War, which turned into World War I, I believe. It would have been the current person we're watching's grandmother, is what I'm saying. And it would have been Nathan and Maya's mother. Effects of the operation, though. The men divided it into microscopic parts. Stage 1 disintegration. Stage 2. The semi-conscious and unstable remains of the men traverse the desert in an attempt to better understand their condition. Wow, do those orbs look familiar? Stage 3, amalgamation. The men fuse together into a more stable being. Remember, she was young, and that man been... Yeah. As one, the man returned to their homeland. The men execute a counterattack. Retaliation. On May 23rd, 1937, President Rockefeller entered a bunker underneath 30 Rockefeller Plaza. So if he was president for 8 years, that means within those 8 years he did that. Around that. He was never seen again. Investigators found the door of the bunker had been melted open, possibly the most powerful heat ray ever built. To this day, the Rockefeller Foundation considers the president's disappearance an abduction. He was young, plus 8 years, it would have been 1914. Only 2 photos of the potential suspect were ever released. Well, remember, she did not know he was president. She only got to speak with him after he was president. Because remember, in that video, after he was president, he was like, she didn't know of my years of serving as president. Well, special tree. That's the special tree. Can you see them? Oh, that is something. Whoa. Okay, give me a second. We got we're gonna put it HM for Heat Ray Man. He made a heat rays. I'm also going to check the comments while you guys are looking at that to see if anyone says anything about the thing. I'm trying to figure it out. Yeah, she would have been the mother of Nathan Arnoldson. Is anything like here? I'll like control F and see if anything says. You can't see this, but anything says heat ray. No, nothing says heat ray. Weird. You would think somebody would have talked about that. What do you mean, Nathan's father? What's his father then? We don't know. We don't have an answer to that. Okay, I don't know. We're just gonna move on. Let me close this down so that you guys can see the screen again. I don't know. We're gonna move on. I don't know what was in the middle of that laser. I think it's Giza glass, and then they used the pyramids through the Giza glass, and that is what did stuff. After an unsuccessful lobotomy, Virginia Fate Arnoldson provided a more complete account of the Rockefeller tree tragedy. This is her account. I have the wild guess. It was the President Dean.
Something went wrong with me. And everything switched.
I think you're wrong about that, but okay.
My parents. I knew ones did not.
You don't know what a lobotomy is? That's when they like... Okay, I'm gonna give you the rough explanation. I don't know the actual procedure, but it's basically when they hit your brain to make you forget things. Basically, like, quote unquote, wipes your memory. It's more like it damages your brain and makes you brain damaged to the point where you can't remember things. It's really not a good thing. Intentional brain damage is like the perfect explanation.
So, I was left in.
It's intentional brain damage.
Some of my friends were better off, but many were left at the orphanage too. We loved each other. We stuck together until we were 18. Then we were separated. The military took the boys, and the doctors took the girls. They probably do not remember the tree anymore. Soon, I will not remember either. But I hope you will remember. Remember for me. When the tree changed me, I was not scared. At first, I did not know what was wrong with me.
Yeah.
When my eyes adjusted, I was in a field of special trees.
Hey, look, Rito! A cool guy.
My ma told me. Alice in Wonderland. This was my Wonderland. I held myself close and looked up. The trees looked like they ended, but above them there were upside down trees.
Look at
And
that.
above those there were upright trees, like they were being reflected forever. The pattern repeated for as far as I could see.
Yeah.
I looked down, and I thought I was on solid ground.
But she was
when
not.
I looked more closely, I was sitting on a thin, floating layer of dust. It smelled like baby powder.
It smelled like what now? It smelled like what now? It smelled like baby powder? Where did we hear something like that before? Smelled like they were putting something on Mount Rushmore. That smelled like baby powder.
And through the dust, I could see the start of another
Is that the
tree.
reference of Funny
And below that one, there was another
Wow.
and another, an infinity of trees.
Baby powder was put on the
Flower played with the
statues
branch. I
of
heard the
Mount
feet
Rushmore.
footsteps. They grew louder and louder.
That's when they did
There
that
were
like weird
great
spiky
flashes
thing.
of light all around me. Out from these lights, hundreds of people ran out. One man came up to me and whispered, "The trees are not the trees." He had such sad, tired eyes. As he picked me up and put me on his shoulders, he said, "You could be her. Anyone could be her. I promise I will not leave you." There was a bright flash, and we were in another field. He was sitting in front of me with his hands out. Another flash, and we were both running past through the woods. Another flash, and we were both lying on the ground, looking at infinity. Every few seconds there was a flash, and we would be doing something else. Again, and again, and again. Over and over and over. It would not stop. It felt like forever. Years of flashes. I was so angry at first. But soon I had those sad, tired eyes of his too. We were so sad and tired. Every now and then we would flash to another layer of dust. Above or below, who knows? But we would always see the climbers. I think there were people who tried to climb the trees while they were flashed around. They were stretched and burnt. Maybe the dust was the people that fell. The man was always with me. He kept me safe the whole time. It must have been years. It felt like 500 years. I named him Everett. He was
Everett.
always there. He never left me. Everett was my best friend. Then on one random day, no time, one random time, all the trees bent, and a flash brought me back to New York. All my friends were around me, but this was another New York. I did something wrong, and I lost Everett. I ruined everything. I should have stayed home that night. Why did I not stay home? I lost everything. For me and my friends, I ruined their lives. I will not tell you about the orphanage. It was a hard time. I will keep memories of the orphanage to myself. They do not matter to you. When I was 18, I left the orphanage. I looked for my new parents. They were not together anymore. My new pa died from a broken heart, and my new ma lived all by herself. She did not let anyone into her house anymore. All because of me.
Oh, that sucks.
I wanted my old parents back. I went to the Rockefeller Center for an answer. The tree stood at the top of the plaza, above everyone else. I was never supposed to visit again, but I did, and I spoke to her. At first, I could not understand her. Her voice was like a breeze behind my eyes. It was cold, and I could not move. But soon, I could understand. She said that I had to be ready to exchange one life for my own. She understood that I wanted to go back home, to my New York. She said, "Come back in 3 years." And I did. I waited. 1,095 days. I returned 3 years later. At first, I could not understand her. Her voice was like a breeze behind my eyes. It was cold, and I could not move. But eventually, I could understand. She said that I had to be ready to exchange one life for my own. She understood that I wanted to go back home, to my New York. She said, come back in 3 years. And I
Back in
did.
3 years.
I waited 1,095 days. I returned 3 years later. At first, I could not understand her. Her voice was like a breeze behind my eyes. It was cold, and I could not move. But eventually, I could understand. She said that I had to be ready to exchange one life for my own. She understood that I wanted to go back home, to my New York. She said, come back in 3 years.
Do you believe in deja vu?
I waited 1,095 days. While I waited, I met a man.
Oh!
He was a very important man, a secret agent. He followed me everywhere. One day, I found him waiting inside my house. He told me that he was here to monitor me. No, to watch and protect me. But he had fallen in love with me. No one else liked me. So we took each other. We grew close. Leonard loved me. I loved him too.
Leonard Arnoldson.
Together, we
There you
had
go.
a
Not
baby
Dean.
boy. I named him Everett.
Everett.
Little Everett was inside for 9 months when I saw the tree again. She put directions in my head.
It does.
I followed those
But
directions. I
Everett.
walked for 4 days. I had to. I wanted to go home
Did she
so
understand her?
badly.
Yeah.
But I became so happy when I could hear the music. It was like the tree's voice, but warm. The Washington Monument.
The
was
Washington
much bigger
Monument.
in person. Its door went up high, like it was for something much bigger. Then I went inside. There were bodies everywhere. The breeze told me to relax. I went on the elevator. It went up. All the way up. It stopped at the top, and the music blared. It was so loud I could not move. The floor opened, and I fell all the way down. I felt myself hit the ground. Then I kept drifting down, past the ground, past rock, sand, and magma, through the layers of earth. It must have been years. It felt like 500 years.
500 years.
When I reached the other side, and I felt myself rising through all the layers of earth, past the magma, sand, and rock, past the ground, back into a body, another body, almost the same body, and flattened like a little red pancake. But I felt so empty. My belly had sunk. Little Everett was not with me anymore. Many others laid around me, broken like me, almost alive and completely still. But little Everett was nowhere. While
Not
everyone else
her.
exchanged for their own lives, themselves, I must have exchanged little Everett for mine. I cried. I cried for years. And we all bled into the ground for years. Why did the tree keep us alive? Did they like pain? Did they drink our blood? Was there any reason for any of it? I lost little Everett. He had no say. He did not even say his first word. I ruined his life from the start. Maybe he lives in Wonderland. I hope he lives in Wonderland. One day, one random day, the music grew, and there was the brightest flash.
Yeah.
We found ourselves outside, at the base of the tower. The tree had been freed, and we were in a field of trees. Wonderland had risen, but little Everett was still missing. We were all lifted out in helicopters. I was at the hospital faster than ever before.
Yeah.
They told me it was 2003. They told me everything I knew was wrong. They told me everyone I knew was dead. And now they plan to fix me. I'm sorry, Pa. I'm sorry, Ma. I'm sorry, friends. I'm sorry, Leonard. I'm sorry, Everett. Please remember me. Please, please remember me.
After her second lobotomy, Virginia never spoke again. We've accidentally had the found page open the whole time. Oops. Late in her life, she produced a series of paintings titled The Right Life. Ma, Pa, and I, my friends and I, Leonard and I, Everett and I, together. Virginia passed away in 1980 at the age of 59. Her son Everett is believed to be the 20th Washington absentee. Now, doesn't that just fuck you? Yeah! Yeah, wasn't it 2003? Wasn't it 2003? We'll explain it in a second. Okay, now that we're at the end, real quick, I'm gonna go to the thing here. Everett Arnoldson, commonly referred to as the 20th Washington absentee, is a humanoid creature that is purported to inhabit the forests of the Washington Zone. Have you seen Everett? Share your sightings on Twitter. Now, let's scroll over to the Roosevelt tree here. We're gonna get a big circle. We're gonna call it E for Everett. Yeah, of course. Wait, huh? Geo, what? Of course! Of course Everett was the man! What? That was like guaranteed from the start! We knew that! That's the thing we knew! Okay, we can now actually stop this from being a dotted line and turn it into like a really badly drawn normal line, because we do have a connection there. Everett's connected here, but let's look at this. Let's come on over here and Virginia Arnoldson. I missed the corner, folks. As there was no Everett on the other side, they both tried to pass, but no physical body for Everett found, so he got trapped on the zone. True. Now, do you see via what I've just put here? Do you understand how Virginia Arnoldson died in 1980 at the age of like 50? You get it now? She was successful. She made it back. No. This Virginia died past 2003. This one died in 1980. Yeah, she died in the Rockefeller timeline. That's why we got that. There were 20. There were 20, Ashley. There were 20 the whole time. We knew there were 20. We just didn't have the 20th one answered. Now, what Ashley has brought up is the other part of this. Now, Virginia passed away in 1980, and her son Everett is believed to be the 20th Washington absentee, correct? Now, if we go back real quick to Washington Wormhole, and we go to the end right here, all 19 Washington absentees were found unconscious at the base of the monument. Now, if you remember at the very beginning, let me see. We were told that 20 individuals disappeared. The Rockefeller world had 20 disappear. The Nixon world only had 19 disappear. So Everett was known about on the other side because of Leonard. Everett was known about on the J.D. Rockefeller side because of Everett. Because of Leonard. And then on the normal Nixon verse timeline, there are only 19, so there was no Everett. So she went back and she was alive. It is crazy. But we're on to something called Air Force One Fallen Angel? Where have we seen this before? A statement from Mays. Both the Anti-Device Association and the Splinter... Leonard didn't... Because Everett didn't cause Everett to be known. Well, he's known... Close. A Splinter Group, Advocates for Division of America, are criminal organizations. If you encounter members of either of these groups, please report them to your local authority. The 2003 World Egg transmission was produced digitally by the ADA, converted to analog signals broadcasting. UZA maps are updated yearly to reflect the expanding nature of the 3 zones. Keep up with the latest developments on Twitter. Nathaniel Arnoldson would not be Virginia Arnoldson's son. It would actually be Leonard Arnoldson's son. And then another mother. Because Everett didn't exist, and Virginia died in the 80s. Simulation of strike property of maize. August 2003. After making various stops across the United States, Air Force One flew into the restricted airspace of Washington, D.C. After the extensive evaluation, the United States Air Force took action. So Leonard adopted her last name. He should have really missed her. Well, what you did also not notice is that she lived 9 years after coming back from the Washington Monument. She lived for 9 extra years and then died in 1980. So maybe she should still be the mother, but it's the other version. The original Virginia Arnoldson that would be the mother of the other Arnoldson children. And the fact is, she would just be normal, so they would also be normal. I think the reason Everett actually got, kept in the in-between is because Leonard had a child with a person from the other universe, so they really weren't in either universe. They were stuck in an in-between. Like in between the universes. Simulation of strike property of maize. Oh yeah, they blew up the plane. Mission accomplished. The United States of America, legally known as the United Zones of America. Alcatraz Zone, Rushmore Zone, Washington Zone, the 3 zone capitals. Waste. Paha Sapa. Nachakatank. Ex Tribus Unum. Out of 3, 1. Hey, look, it's Mars. Al Gore's America is a shell. For the true ruler beneath our feet. It's time for the underground god to leave. It's an egg. It's an egg. He does not belong here. The world egg cannot hatch without force. We must fracture the zones ourselves. We must split the earth open. Once it leaves, there will be peace. And a state for each and every person. No more zones. For the cracks will be the true borders. 1,000 states of America are 1,000 states of peace. We are no longer the Anti-Device Association. We are the advocates for the division of America. How will we divide the land? With our fallen angel, of course. Who would have thought that he would land on the tombs of the unknown soldier? We found him before anyone else, burnt and broken from the blast. After we fix him, he will be a walking atom bomb. He will evict the Horned Serpent, the same way he will evict the traitor. President Rockefeller, from reality. I wonder if that, confirms a piece of the puzzle. Advocates of the division of America. The unification of 1980 was short-lived as state borders were restored by the end of the decade. However, due to the extent of the unification in 2003, state borders are not expected to be restored within the century. The ADA refuses to recognize the 3 zones and their capitals. Look, it's the angel! The fallen angel on the Tomb of the Unknown Soldier, 2003, photographed by the ADA, property of Mays. So, we've got a new thing to add to here. Air Force One Angel, real quick, had something to do with the Washington Monument. It also had something to do with Rockefeller. Oh, but wait, guys. Don't you remember the heat machine? Heat ray man? Oh God, undo that. I dropped something, so the Air Force One Angel is Heat Ray Man. Tomb of the Unknown Soldier. We know who that soldier is. Yes, we do. We know who that soldier is. I dropped something. It's gone forever. Oops. Oh well. Kind of wish I had that still, but oh well. Gone forever. Yeah, go ahead. Holy plot twist. Yeah, the Air Force One Angel from like way the hell back that was dropping things on the Liberty Lurker, Mount Rushmore, Alcatraz. Sorry, it also had something with Alcatraz. It all had to do with this guy. Look, almost everything's connected now. The only things we don't have connected right now are George Washington, the Suez Canal crab, which I really don't have much to say on that one yet. The Lincoln Looker, and the Corner Folk. The angel is the unknown. Ashley, did you not just notice the giant line we just drew? Heat Ray Man! Heat Ray Man! Heat Ray Man! Yeah, we don't know much about the crab yet. We don't have enough on the crab. I don't know if he actually goes in depth on what the crab's about. We don't have enough on the crab. Like, what's the point of the crab? Like, was there a thing for that? Did something come out of that? Did people get hurt? Like, did they, like, become something? But yeah. December 2021. We are moving on to the next episode, which is Liberty Lurkers with an S. Archaic spellings and other minor deviations in the French transcription can be attributed to the American publicists, often Liberty Liars. At the turn of the 20th century, these deviations have been preserved to maintain transcription historical integrity. While American publicists correct capitalize Edis Unis, United States, Sorry, that's not my theory. I just realized, but my theory, when when they go into purgatory, like between, they're swapping from their alternate selves that live for longer. I don't think so. I, I don't know. I don't actually know. In their transcriptions of the Liberty Lurker interviews, French writers often left the country in lowercase to subtly hint at their own anti-American Semitism. What is that? Chthonot? Thunot? Designation derived from Greek words for underworld or and sailor. Ask a question to a real Thunot on Twitter. It's like Cthulhu, but she lived 9 more years because she was swapped with her alternate self. That's not Cthulhu. The Statue of Progress is a colossal neoclassic sculpture at the entryway of the Suez Canal in Port Said, Egypt. Progress was designed by Frederick August Bartholdi, who later designed the Statue of Liberty. I think we know what the Suez Canal crab is. I think we finally figured it out, guys. Can't wait to draw a line to that. Was it moving its arm? No, its arm looks fine. I don't think it's moving. Doesn't look like it. Yeah, Suez Canal. Yeah, no, its arm's fine. I don't see anything moving. It could just be the distortion. I don't think it was actually moving. The following audio is an excerpt from an interview with the developer of the Suez Canal. Many cannot name the region where my accent is derived from. I blame many years in diplomatic service for this. While my accent has suffered at its hands, my understanding of human nature has not. No, I already know it. Diplomacy, not psychology, is the true study of the mind. Today, I know there is only one genuine source of happiness. The source for every category of happiness: efficiency. All happiness flows from efficiency. It is the ease of success, not the success itself, which best determines the quality of satisfaction. It was my desire for efficiency which drove me to establish the Suez Canal Company. Like the Colossus of antiquity, I wish to unite the trade of the East with the West. I wish to pull them together in the fraction of the time that it has taken for me to engage in the past. There is a dream I would like to share with you all, perhaps a premonition. A traveler in the distant future stands at the entrance of the Suez Canal and watches the ships drift past with rapture. The traveler realizes that they have achieved true happiness, greater than any human being who has stood there before. For at their feet, at this place in time, the canal will have spared our civilization a total of 1,000,000 years in sailing time. Of course, we will not be there to share their realization, and the travelers will only know as characters in the myths of their time. Know us as characters in the myths of their time. But believe me, it will happen. Ships will service hundreds years longer, and sailors will spend less time reaching their destinations and more time in their destinations. The Suez Canal is efficient, and happiness will flow from it endlessly. Thank you. Until now, what you have heard from a speech I wrote for the grand opening of the canal. However, I did not read this speech. I could not bring myself to lie to everyone. I did not choose to build the canal. The man beneath America ordered me to. Any night he can sink into my dreams. From the book Ferdinand 23, The Sinking Man and the Forbidden Fruit. Animation by the advocates of the Division of America. Freedom, I think. No, this is not freedom. This is something. This is liberty. This is Liberty Lurkers. This is like that first episode we saw. One Piece! Can we get much hot? Oh shit! Fuck that up. Sorry. Can we get much higher? Is that George Washington? Didn't he like cut down an apple tree or something? I believe that's George Washington. But I think he was involved in the freedom thing. I don't know. He was involved in the Statue of Liberty. I don't think he was involved in freedom. Oh, the apple tree was a special tree. Oh, and he stretched. Advocates for the Division of America. More realities? No. There's only two that we know of. It's just that they repeat forever. Back and forth. For years, it was believed that all surviving audio recordings of the infamous Liberty Lurker interview with Frederick Augustine Bartholomew were fakes produced by American publicists. These publicists were known as Liberty Liars and would sell their false artifacts to American societies. However, the authenticity of one audio recording continues to be disputed. The hell is a Candle Cove? That's another thing. It's simply known as... Wait, it was simply known as what? Candle Cove is a creepypasta. Simply known as La Authentic Liberty Lurker. La Authentique. I knocked things over. I'm knocking things over, guys. There's a lot of cords I gotta keep track of. Okay, we're good. La Authentic Liberty Lurker. To the Providence, I confess, it is a heavy burden that I cannot share with the world, but he's too fast. But I cannot keep carrying it on my shoulders all alone. The most difficult part The most painful, the one that made me my sleep go away and my hair go gray, was the construction of the pedestal. Although the statue was intended to be a gift, the U.S. ambassador regularly encouraged us to follow President Grant's request. We made a deal, and each month we received varying design and size requirements for the pedestal. After 4 years, requests to change the size of the structure ceased. People often ask why the pedestal is so disproportionate to the statue. All I can tell them is ask the Americans. We heard this before, back in the Liberty Lurkers thing. But I know why the pedestal is so massive, so tall. I simply cannot bring myself to tell the truth. I'm not strong enough. The truth being that I designed an arbitrage just for him. Grant told me that he used to be normal like us. He called him the Horned Serpent, or Hogganus, the devourer of the village. It was the name given to George Washington by Iroquois. This was no coincidence. Their damned founding father locked up in my foundation. Sorry, back up. What was that? What is that? What is that? Like, what's the bottom thing? I don't know. Following release of the Liberty Lurker, surveyed the environment beneath the Statue of Liberty's pedestal. They recorded the following video inside the Horned Serpent metastructure, colloquially known as Wonderland. A designation derived from the Greek word for underworld and savior. You guys... Wonderland, huh? The following clip may disturb viewers who are sensitive to loud noises. Prolonged exposure to music from the Horned Serpent metastructure may damage your brain. Yay, brain damage! Let's go! Let's go! Yeah! Let's go! Yeah, brain damage! Woo! Yep. But it's not just the in-between. Okay. Now let's well, no, there's no corner folk yet. We haven't gotten there. We haven't gotten to the corner folk. I don't know anything about the corner folk, really. Okay, guys, let's do this one line. Liberty Lurker is George Washington. And George Washington is a horned serpent. Liberty Lurker is a horned serpent. Horned serpent is the Washington wormhole. Is the Roosevelt tree. What else is it? Is it anything else? Oh, is part of Mount Rushmore. Woo! Look at that. Look at all them connections. Oh, Suez Canal crab has something to do with the Liberty Lurker. I don't know for sure. Something in the Suez Canal was the crab. Like the crab was in the Suez Canal. The ship had nothing to do with it. The crab was in the Suez Canal. That's the thing. Okay, continuing. Alcatraz Apocalypse. Okay, statement from Maids. Did you know the horned serpent is a true force of mass destruction? President George Washington was born on February 22nd, 1732. Let's get to a moment. Toodaloo. Type your last words on Twitter. Let's go! The Tree of Liberty must be refreshed from the blood... must be refreshed from time to time with the blood of patriots and tyrants. President Thomas Jefferson. I think the Tree of Liberty is the tree inside of the Washington Monument. And you know how they drop the people and then they bleed out? I think that's part of it. Part 1, the final upload. Oh, final upload of Dr. Disturbing. Dr. Disturbing. Yes, say goodbye to everything. Dad's favorite things. Part 17, paintings. The Pothos of Washington by Constantino Bermidi. Bermidi. Road to Happiness by James Dean. James Dean? You mean President James Dean? You mean our 37th president, James Dean? Together by Virginia Arnoldson. Of course that would be one of his favorites. It's his, like, mother's, after all. Totally happy about that. I hope to see you soon, Dad. Now I gotta pause. What's confusing to me is how is the together photo in the Deanverse? Such a happy oath to happiness. I'm so happy. Sarcasm. Like, how is it in the Deanverse? How is that painting in this universe? It's so confusing. Okay, moving on. 3 days after the final upload, the remains of Lauren and Quinn Arnoldson were discovered in the Grand Canyon. Those are the last two. That's the daughter and brother of Nathan Arnoldson. The siblings were, and Maya is their aunt. The two siblings were last seen riding on two astonishingly large balloons. According to park officials, the balloons encountered an unexpected crosswinds, which caused both siblings to fall to their death. The last broadcast of the New Delaware Journal. I didn't mean to say oath. I meant path. Okay. Hello. By the time you see this, I will be dead. I would like you to know that the Anti-Device Association held me captive for years. They forced me to read their scripts, to hand them legitimacy. You have heard me read about Lincoln Lookers and the Starry Sphinx. Those were their words in my mouth. But they did not keep as close an eye on me as they should. Whenever I visited my family, I went to the studio underground. I was able to read my own scripts through the New Delaware Journal. The feds and the association thought the Arnoldsons ran the station, but I had no crew. I was a one-man team. Only I read. Only I broadcasted. This is the last script. This is the last broadcast. 3 nights before my death, Alcatraz went stealth? Yeah, went stealth. It looked like it had completely disappeared while everyone was asleep, but it was still there. It was all around us. It had simply expanded, imperceptibly fast. It mimicked the surrounding environment at a subatomic level. Everyone believed that it had not spread to the East Coast. It definitely did. I have just finished the last batch of tests, and I can confirm to say that I am not the same person as I was 3 days ago. Alcatraz has copied us all overnight. Every particle of this country its citizens replaced. The ultimate, the United States is the ship of Theseus. Inside my skull is Alcatraz's fleshy reproduction of my brain. I remember a line from President Dean. If we sent everyone to prison, then what is a prison? If everyone became a prison, then what is a person anymore? I will not live with a copy of... Well, I will not live... What was it? I will not live with a copy of myself. Better to extinguish myself now than to live a lifetime as something else's handiwork. I heard fire does the trick. Maybe I'll see you in the next life. Remember me. Forever it. For Virginia. For America. Leonard W. Moreland. Victory or death. Will receive data. He will convey it to you in a matter, a theatrical manner. He will arrive in your world after our apocalypse. 222-2 in ours. 10-116 in yours. I knew it sounded familiar. Yeah, Leonard, as in Virginia's husband. He also did not take on the last name of Arnoldson, if you noticed. After a brief investigation, authorities concluded that Leonard W. Moreland experienced a violent psychotic break before committing self-immolation. Part 3. The Angel's Ultimate. The advocates were deranged. They are all ashes now. We will never be weapons again. Leave us alone. Or join the ash pile. I'm going to sleep. Have a great night. Have a great night, Gio. After 2 decades search, the angel was located in the Babylon forest. Operation Thunderbird, Department of Technology Animation. Operation Thunderbird. Oh, what the heck? At the Grand Canyon, 2 androids lure freedom. Yeah, I'm gonna go before I doze off. Have a good time. Okay. Yeah, it'll be on YouTube in the end. This is the last part. Come back for Delta Rune tomorrow. Energy from the false children react with IPC, invisible particle cloud, known as Giza gas. Giza gas. X-Wing Warrior collects container. See you tomorrow. The warrior transports freedom to Babylon Forest. The controlled decay of the container allows for freedom to exit. Freedom encounters the angel. Mutually assured destruction. Part 5. The following may disturb post-implant viewers who are sensitive to loud noises. So, the Earth is gone. But there is no more Earth. Survivors of the Great Division are known as corner folk. Woo! Yeah! Woo! Now that officially is the end of Monument Mythos. Which I am going to pause. That is officially the end of Monument Mythos. The corner folk is, well, okay, there's got to be a way to zoom out real quick. I got to zoom out for this part. This part's a lot of zooming out to figure it out. But this is everything is corner folk. Actually, even better. Everything. Oh my god, I can't even get that right. Come on, come on. I don't know how to draw this properly. I'll get this one day. Everything. There, that's good enough. Everything. Everything is the corner folk. Every single thing is the corner folk. What's the Lincoln Looker have to do with anything? It's part of the angel. I don't know. There you go. That's it. That's it. Everything's the corner folk. The entire world exploded. Everybody was, oh, sorry. Don't forget. First, everything is Alcatraz. Not the entire universe, but everything except for the corner folk is Alcatraz. It's so stupid at this point. But yeah, everything's Alcatraz. Okay, now, I will put this back on the wheel. Let me see if I can get that real quick. This is going back on the wheel, but not as Monument Mythos. So that's the special thing, is that this is not going back on as Monument Mythos. Grab that, come over here. Wheel of Names, go. Okay, okay, this is gonna be next week, so I don't need it on here. Nixon verse. Nixon verse. I will show the teaser trailer for it, at least. But do note, we've got the Nixon verse at some point. Choose as existing wheel, analog horror, go. Ta-da, we did it. Okay. I'll show the teaser for it. But yeah, there's a whole nother series that's part of this. But it's called the Nixon verse. Which is that entire other section that we don't have. Man of Steel, Richard Nixon. The Nixon verse. That's all you get. That's all you get. That's all you get. Just to show you, there are 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12 more videos. And those 12 more videos are a lot. They're a lot. They're enough for its own analog horror night. So that's all I wanted to do today, was get to the Nixon verse. We'll keep this tab open. What we will set up for is this Saturday's analog horror night, which is the Steven Universe one. So let me go ahead and get that real quick. Ooh. Frontier Space, a space one, cool. Let me go to request. Let me go grab. Where is it? Where is it? Where is it? There it is. Do-do-do-do. I should just be able to paste that in and go. This is the next one. We get to do that. This is made by a person that watches the channel. That is Urge Cross. So make sure to check out Urge Cross. And if you want, you can check out Urge Cross before I even do anything with it. But let's go ahead and switch to this tab. There we go. And that will allow me to go over here. I'll fix it. Oh, actually, you know what? Before we do that, I do want to fix everything. Let me turn off Analog Horror. Let me turn off Saturday. And let me turn on me. But this me, my normal me. Okay. And let me get one more thing set up, and that is tomorrow's thing. Because I do need to remember to do that, just because I already know I'm probably going to forget if I don't. Give me a minute. There it is. I'm going to make a new folder, calling it Deltarune. Tomorrow we're playing Deltarune! Oh, wait. I can't set it. How do I... Wait a second. Wait a second. How does this work? How does it... Oh, wait a second. It's a patching file. How do I patch things? I don't know how to patch things. You're expecting me to know how to patch things? I don't know how to patch things. I guess I'll figure that out. File? I don't know. How does this work? How does one patch things? Oh. I need the... Oops. Okay, well, we can't do this right now. I won't be able to do it on stream. I'll do it off stream. It'll be ready by tomorrow. Don't worry about it. I just need the actual game from, Toby Fox, and it's free, so it's not hard to get. But as always, I thank the people who are here. And so thank you, Ashley. Thank you, Drip Noob. And thank you, Rito, or a cool guy. On the YouTube side, and then on the Twitch side, thank you, TL. Go wow. Sorry for not talking much. I'm cooking. Oh yeah, no, all good. You told us what's going on. It's all good. You don't always have to talk. It's all good. All good. Yeah, thank you, Tio. Thank you, Geo. Tio and Geo. Thank you, the engineer. And was anyone else on the Twitch side? I don't think anyone else was on the Twitch side. Oh, Salad Dealer. Yeah, thank you, Salad Dealer, for being here. That's everyone. And I think we are all good to go. I will see you tomorrow. Ignore the words patcher. It's very normal. Deltarune tomorrow. Very normal Deltarune. I have definitely have a normal version of Deltarune I'm playing tomorrow. And I will see you for that. So, as always, have a great rest of your day, and peace. See ya. I'm gonna send the spoiler in Fanner chat. Okay. Have fun. I'll see y'all tomorrow. Have a great rest of your day, and peace.